dude.
Chat, are you afraid of El Goblino? No?
What about tequila?
Okay.
The origins
Well,
of
are you
tequila
afraid
can
of
be traced back
Yellowstone
many
erupting?
centuries.
No?
Mexico's
Okay.
Aztecs fermented
Well,
the
are you
juice of the
afraid of the
agave plant
coronavirus?
to produce a
No.
low-alcohol drink called pulque. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived, they added distillation
What's
to the
that?
process for a much stronger drink, and tequila was born. Pass the salt and lime. Tequila
good.
is to Mexico as champagne is to France. Tequila is only made in this part of the world, and Mexico has claimed exclusive rights to the word tequila. For centuries, workers called jimadores have grown and harvested
Question?
the agave plant
Question.
for tequila.
Okay, do people drink tequila like this? Oh, this is so good. Yum, yum. Does anybody actually do that unironically? Jesus Christ.
It takes 7 years on average for a species called Weber blue agave to mature. Even today, it's harvested entirely by hand, using a razor-sharp hoe-like tool. The jimadores chop away the greenery until all that's left is a huge core called the pina. Filing the round blade frequently keeps it sharp, allowing them to remove most of the bitter-tasting leaves from the pina. The tequila distilled from this crop will be a premium grade, made from 100% agave juice. The jimadores routinely remove a small piece and measure the starch content of the crop. Only if it's deemed to be sufficient is the agave pina sent to the distillery. Workers wield special hatchets to carve the huge pinas into quarters to make them more manageable for baking. They transfer the chopped pina to a brick oven, where it's steam-baked for 79 hours. This thorough cooking converts the agave starch to sugar. In the process,
3 days.
the flesh softens and the color turns from white to reddish brown. The baked agave pina now spills onto a shredder that rotates to tear the fruit into long,
Imagine
thin
if you
fibers.
jumped in there, dude.
These fibers exit onto a conveyor. The shredded pina lands in a pit, where a worker forks it up and moves it into the path of a huge stone wheel called a tahona. Operated mechanically, the tahona wheel turns to crush the fibers and squeeze out the precious agave nectar.
Chat, I can't keep watching this chat without knowing it. How long do you think you last in there? Is it like 1 second? That's it?
It takes 2 hours of crushing to extract all the juices. They pipe the juicy mash into wooden tanks
That's 3 seconds.
and add yeast.
Jesus Christ. That's
The
fucking
yeast
scary.
causes fermentation, a process where sugar is transformed into alcohol. After
Juicers.
72 hours of fermentation, the alcohol content reaches 5%. The fermented pulp and juices have an earthy, acidic bouquet, and the aroma fills the air. They transfer the fermented mash to small copper stills. Inside the stills, the alcohol is boiled off, and the vapor condensed into a more potent liquid. This is called distillation. After 2 distillation cycles, they have tequila. A technician measures the alcohol content, and it's 55%. After straining out the pulp, they transfer the tequila
Jesus.
to steel tanks. They add purified well water to dilute the alcohol content and bring it down to 40%. The tequila is now ready to drink, so it's over to the bottling line. With the bottles upside down on a revolving carousel, they spray the inside with tequila for a quick rinse.
They
The grippers
clean it
flip
with it?
them right side up so they can be filled. This automated system maintains a precise filling level. An employee corks the bottles and then sends them down the line. The next worker presses adhesive-backed transparent labels onto them. The see-through labels showcase the clarity of this fresh, premium tequila.
Manually?
For a drink with a little more complexity, they age the tequila in oak casks for 2 months or more, depending on the grade. During aging, the tequila takes on a woody flavor and turns a warm shade of amber. The master distiller personally approves every batch, He checks the color, inhales the aroma, and puts his observations down on paper. He also takes a little sip.
Guys,
No.
wouldn't this make more sense if they just did that with a machine instead? Why would you just, you know, go by the guy's vision, dude? Wouldn't a machine see the tint?
Longer just a rough swig for banditos. Tequila has gone up market and is a key ingredient in many popular cocktails. The end result is still the same though. Cheers.
I'm right, but Chatapega? True. Fuck, this is so interesting, dude.
Reflect on the history
Oh
of
god,
mirrors.
that joke killed me, dude. That was liquid cringe, dude.
The earliest mirrors were curved pieces of highly polished metal, such as brass or bronze. They're even mentioned in the Bible. Then in the 14th century, the Venetians invented very crude glass mirrors that reflected off a metallic backing. They later perfected this technique using an amalgam of tin and mercury. Eventually, the secret of mirror making spread to other cities. By 1835, a German chemist
show me, dude.
developed the silver-backed mirror that we know today. That's certainly not for the superstitious.
This fucking cocklord dude on the truck, dude. Jesus. Okay, I'm addicted, but we'll go next. Okay, I think we're doing snapshot. T-Tours. The rest isn't. It's not that interesting. Is it? Contact lenses, though.
Oh please Mr. Pornstar Man, oh please buy my
When
Beatles
most people take
collection.
off their
I need to
glasses,
renew my
everything
tier 3
becomes
pokey
fuzzy,
subscription and
except when
spam
they're
her
wearing these
donos with my
contact lenses,
affections.
which help you see without anybody being aware that you've even got them on. Contact lenses have been in existence for over a century. At first completely rigid, they have now become gas permeable and as flexible as gelatin. These small polyhema discs are used to make soft polymer contact lenses in a variety of colors. We see here a patient's prescription, essential to the fabrication of lenses. The process begins with data processing control of the shaping. Data is supplied by computer, which controls a digital lathe. They begin by shaping the inner curvature
This looks
of the
like
lens.
shit.
This digital lathe, rotating at 6,000 revolutions per minute, is equipped with an industrial diamond. It shapes the inner surface, the part that touches the cornea. It must be free from any abrasion and imperfection, and is polished with a superfine abrasive paste. Polishing is a crucial step because it assures excellent comfort and perfect vision. A technician measures lens thickness with an extremely precise gauge. They now shape the outer surface, the part which touches the eyelid. The lens is glued with a special warm wax, and when the lens is completed, the wax will be removed by an ultrasound device.
This is so complicated.
The wax takes on the desired shape in just seconds.
This is interesting, actually, dude.
The comfort of a lens is also determined by its thickness. It must be as thin as possible while retaining sufficient solidity. They begin by shaping the outer diameter of the lens, which takes only a few seconds.
All that for one lens.
They now polish the outer surface of the lens. This polishing, done at high speed, calls for an abrasive paste, some oil, and a small polyester cotton ball. This apparatus polishes several lenses at the same time, a step that takes only 60 seconds. With everything
That is so
computerized,
harmonious.
quality is incomparable. A technician then polishes the rims of the lens.
Oh, this is an old technique.
The polymer is then hydrated to make it flexible. Lenses remain immersed in a balanced pH saline solution for 24 hours. The lens becomes engorged with liquid and expands, reaching the desired proportions. This optical topographer is used to verify, through color distribution, whether the spread of optical power in the lens is precise enough to assure perfect vision.
Holy shit.
And now we proceed with another important testing procedure. The soft, fragile lenses are always handled with the greatest of care.
Has he stomping yet?
This unit, called a frontofocometer, is a metering device which verifies the optical precision of the lens. Lenses are now completed and are cleaned, and they're stored in containers filled with a salt solution.
Yes.
This little vial that we find at optometrists is perfectly sealed with a silicone cap and another of aluminum. These vials are placed in a sterilizer at a temperature of 121 degrees centigrade for an hour and a half. The contents will remain sterile for a period of up to 7 years if not opened.
The cap.
The production of a lens involves 14 steps. If we exclude the rather lengthy hydration process, actual lens production requires only 15 minutes. They can produce almost 1,000 contact lenses per day, all made from these tiny colored discs.
Chat, who wears this shit?